Hey, what to do, y'all? What to do? What to do? Yeah, for we all have sinned and fell short of the glory of God. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have heard that in the church. Yes, for we all have sinned and fell short of the glory of God. Now, switch it up like this. For we all have simped and fell short of the glory of God. And of course, I speak from the Hebrew space, so I say, for we all have simped and fell short of the glory of Yah. Because we all have. And I think, a real man, a man, if you will, because there ain't no real man. You either a man or you not, you know. Um, you're going to admit that you have simped. To me, the simp is the one that does not admit that they're simping. Yes, the simp is the one that does not admit that they're simping. Almost similar to sinning. Most sinners don't admit that they're sinning. They that's the last thing. But someone who has sinned, you'll admit that in order to get things right, versus someone else who, you can't tell them nothing, and you can't really tell them that they're doing anything wrong. You know, um, See, I don't have a problem with admitting that sometimes I simp, but I'm getting better at not simping. What you have out here on YouTube is a lot of posers. A lot of guys who seem like they have conquered women and have mastered women and they're a champion of women. I've never come off like that, and I don't ever want to be like that. I admit, y'all, I don't have it all together. I have a lot of things together, but I don't have a lot. I don't have it all together by no means. Yeah, I humbly say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't mind showing some vulnerability. I want y'all to know that, I'm a real person on and off YouTube, you know. Um, but me admitting me admitting to my vulnerabilities does not mean that I'm showing my weakness by no means, you know. Um, but in this space, I think it's very important that one can see that, yes, you have a sense of humanity out here, especially in this day and age now where all you see is content with guys just talking about how to be the debonair, if you will, be the top player, or you gotta be good at getting these chicks, and you can't let them, you just can't let them see that you're weak and they can get over you and they can walk all over you. Well, I'll tell y'all what, I've had a lot of chicks walk over me before. I wouldn't have known what I've known if I hadn't had certain things happen. Now, you have guys out here who even say things like, "That's never happened to me." I don't listen to guys like that. No pun intended, but certain things have happened to me. So everybody's road to glory isn't the same. So, um, because I think right now I'm living in glorious times, if you will, and I want to share my story. I see my channel as a testimony for guys you know, who are aspiring to be better. And of course, my channel is a testimony in regards to being an inspiration to the feminine gender that wants to, learn about and know about what a decent man is like. And I try my best to be that. Now, I haven't always been received with open arms from some of the feminine gender that is out here on YouTube. But that's for another story. That's here nor there. I'm only dealing with ones that have received me positively. Much love to y'all. This is why I do videos for y'all, the ones that truly support me and my content, you know. Um, but I think it's very important because this is in these times where there is a lot of this bashing, there's still guys that hate women, and I understand, like, a lot of them, just there's a lot of stuff guys have been through. They haven't gotten to a certain place in their life where they don't have a reason to hate women no more. And I've probably said this before, but if anybody could have hated women, it should have been me, given the stuff that I've been through before I started making content on YouTube. But I came off different, for some reason, I didn't turn out that way. But I think just because in the midst of all the hate, I started to really see what love was like. Sometimes you have to go through rain in order for you to see the sunshine. So think about it that way, y'all. And for all you fellas out there that have been going through these storms with some of these uh, imposters who have not been feminine to you, uh, it's going to get better, man. That's all I could tell you. It's going to get better. Feel free to listen to my content. I got a very extensive playlist now, so you know, you can reach me by email if you need to. But yeah, we've all simped. Any guy that claims he hasn't simped, to me, that's one of the greatest simps out there. You know, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, sometimes I still do simp. Not as bad, given what I know now. I'm very strong on my principles now, so I don't simp as easily. And I think that's what's key to a lot of young guys coming up, and even older guys who are just learning about this type of content. I guess you could kind of put me in the space of red pill, but I won't really say red pill. I've never really been a red pill person, though I talk a lot about red pill because I think many people misinterpret what red pill is. But what I will say is that my content is very masculine. So, but what I want guys to understand is that there's nothing wrong with admitting that you still simp from time to time. But if you are getting good with your principles and giving content you're listening to like mine, you're going to be fine. You're just not trying to succumb to me too. So you win some, you lose some, but you still can go the next day and live your life, So that's what I'm saying. That's what's key. You learn something from even past mistakes. Even now, the key of who you are now versus who you were back then before you started listening to content like mine is that you don't simp as bad and you don't simp as much. That's what's key, you know. But yeah, don't come off as this person that I ain't gonna never simp again. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But I guess one thing I'm gonna end y'all with is you're gonna see a lot of people who actually support simping, just like they're supporting hypergamy right now. You're gonna have people who say, y'all keep calling this thing simping, but these are just guys trying to please women, and there's nothing wrong with the things they do and the things they say, in that regard. You're going to have male and female content creators talk like this as time goes on. I kid you not. Now, I think I'm going to end with this, though, and it's just basically a side note, but just in case someone of the feminine gender asks me, is there a female version of a simp? I would say yes. And you know about this term very well. That term is thought. But I think that term at this point needs to be, I think it needs to be further refined. I think it needs to be kind of tweaked. Yes, tweak the term a little bit. Yeah, I think they need to kind of redo the term. I don't think, what we're describing as far as a female's rebellious behavior is her being a thought per se. And I'll probably do a separate video on what I mean by that. But yes, as of now, the female version of a simp is quote unquote a thought. So that kind of answers a question nobody has asked me, but just in case somebody does ask me that question. But yeah, we all have simped. Just like we all, I can't even say that right because the two words sound similar. But yeah, we all have simped. Yes, we all have simped. Just like we all have sinned. And sometimes we still do simp. Like sometimes we still do sin, but it's just about you getting better. It's about progression. It's not about perfection. You'll never be perfect. I prefer the word progression versus perfection. Yes. So in light of one that has simped, you're just getting better at not simping. But that doesn't mean you come off as the guy who you're not the simp guy. You're not you just have this false persona like you never simped and you don't simp now. I just, to me, that's just a poser. You know, you're not authentic. We all have simped and fell short of the glory, you know, of the Creator. Yes, everybody's road to glory is different. Everybody's road to glory is different. And sometimes you're going to fall short. Yes, sometimes you're going to fall short. There's nothing wrong with admitting that. And I think as a man, you need to admit these things. You should be able to naturally admit these things. Signing out.